Today, as I said earlier, we celebrate Day Memorial to honor Centeres of the Child Jesus. We sometimes complicate this with the Centeres of the patroness of the parish of Talisay. Centeres of the Child Jesus is Centeres of Lisu, and Centeres of Avila is Centeres of Jesus. So there's the difference now. Centeres of the Child Jesus is the little flower. Centeres of Lisu and Centeres of Avila is Centeres of Jesus. But both of them are Carmelite nuns. And one is ancient or belonging to the ancient times, medieval ages, not ancient, medieval, and Centeres of the Child Jesus is a modern saint. That is why also as Centeres of the Child Jesus is said to be our patroness to the missions. It sounds paradoxical. How can a nun, a Carmelite nun inside the walls of monasteries, be called patroness of the missions when she is inside those walls? And our gospel speaks of this mission. Speaks of Jesus calling on 72 other disciples, sent them in pairs to proclaim and preach. And it is the meaning of what mission is here. And it bears the message of what monastery life is in this kind of mission. When you go, I'm sending you lambs among wolves. Carry no money bag, no sack, no sandals. And then it speaks of as laborer you deserve to be paid. Then when you go to a house, eat and drink. If you look at this details of the gospel, it speaks of everything in life. When you are a missionary, you go there, not just see one who preaches what is in the gospel, but you go there as a friend and as a guest, eat and drink what is set before you. And you go also as a laborer. You deserve payment. Again, it's everything here. So it describes a life situation actually. This is a beautiful reminder because that is what monastery life is. In the history of monasteries are walled because these men and women behind monasteries or inside monasteries, the monks, the nuns, the intention is to offer everything of life to God, which is outside, you cannot do it. With the influence of politics, with the influence of commerce, with the influence of so many things, there's a demarcation line between what is sacred and what is profane outside. But the intention to have monasteries is to separate yourself from this differences between profane and sacred, so that inside everything must be sacred. The intention to offer everything to the Lord. So you have to be walled, so that from morning till the moment you wake up, to the time you go to bed, and even in your dreams, you offer it to the Lord. That is what happens inside monasteries. That's why the origin of having early morning prayers, then morning prayer, then midday prayer, then those are prayers inside monasteries. They recite the Psalms. And inside monasteries, there are two big tables so important to them. The Eucharistic table, meaning the altar at Mass, and the dining table, where they gather as a community. Those are two important tables inside monasteries. They speak of God whole day round. Everything is offered to the Lord. Everything must be sacred, even in your dreams. That is the origin of monasteries. And to say that Centeres of the Child Jesus is the patroness of the missions, because that is the intention of the mission, to sanctify everything, to sanctify the world, and to offer everything to God. That is our tasks as baptized Christians, and it's no easy. As parents, you bring everything, your home, to God. When you go to work, then you bless your work and offer it to the Lord. That is why Centres, as patroness of the missions, is reminding us she is a Carmelite nun inside monasteries, but she is praying for the missions because this is our tasks. Prayers are not just what is uttered in words, but that we offer everything to God. We offer everything to the Lord. When you cook your food, you prepare your breakfast in the morning, you say your prayer and say, you offer this to the Lord. As parents, with all your sacrifices, taking care of your children and taking care of the family, you say, I offer this to the Lord. When you take your lunch, you make the sign of the cross and you say, I eat this food and I offer this to the Lord. When you go to bed, tired in the evening, you say, Lord, I'm so tired. I offer this to you. From morning to sunset. That is what mission is. Not just a part of our life must be offered. Everything of our lives must be offered. October 1st today, St. Teresa of the Child Jesus. First day of October, the month of the Holy Rosary we call. You know the origins of the Rosary? It is connected with the Psalms. The Psalms. The praying of the Psalms. And who prayed the Psalms? The monks inside the monasteries. Again, it's the monastery prayer. You're praying the Psalms, and then now we're praying the Rosary to remind us to pray the Psalms. And you know what the Psalms is or are? Just to give an example, when you get home, look at Psalm 22, what it tells you. It tells you of this. My God, why have you forsaken me? Look at Psalm 137. It tells you the grief, the anger of the Israelites because they were enslaved in Babylon. Look at that. Even their anger, their grief. And they are even close to cursing God. Why, Lord? Why this? That is the Psalm. It's not all beauty and praise and worship. There is fear, there is anger. There's even close to cursing God. Lord, why me? But look at Psalm 138. It tells you of how these same people are being comforted. These same people are, from their anger and hatred, they turn to plea. Lord, please help me. I am so sad. I am in pain. Lord, please help me. I have no one to turn to. Look at that. From the same people who curse, who are angry, now they ask, they beg, they plea for help. And then later on, 138 Psalm, it says, there is that kind of trust in God, that God will come and intervene. And then much later, there is that confidence and comfort that God will surely intervene. That is the beauty of prayer. That is what praying the Rosary is. It's not only when you pray because you like it. You pray because you feel like praying tonight. You pray because you're happy. No. Mission life, evangelization is everything of our lives, including those times when we are angry, including those times when we are afraid. And then we say, as we continue to pray, we say, Lord, please come, help me. Centres, patroness of the mission, to remind us of all these things. Everything in our lives must be offered to the Lord. As we continue this Eucharistic celebration, life in the monasteries, 2 tables most important. The dining table, where they gathered as a community, and the altar table, they gathered at Mass to say to the Lord, Lord, we offer everything to you.